Hey folks, Crazy Clemmer80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 4 in our 20 from 1993 series, and this is a fantastic racing game created by Namco. It is the first in a long series, and it is called Ridge Racer. And this was part of a long series of racing games in which the word racer was usually part of it, part of the title. You have your steering wheel, brake, gas pedal, up and down gear shift for I think 6 different gears. There is also a clutch, or a clutch pedal in case you want to do the manual transmission. But man, the graphics were just unreal for a racing game at this time. They were not 3D polygons, very blocky, like, say, Virtua Racer by Sega in 1992, I think it was. This is much smoother and just very, very nice. This was originally intended to be a Formula One racing game, but that was ditched, and I'm glad they did that, because these racing tracks right by apparently the ocean in California, which is kind of what it looks like it might have been set at. It's probably entirely fictional, but it's probably based on something like that. But there are 4 different difficulty settings that you can choose. There's Novice, which is, easiest, and then there's intermediate, and then there's advanced, and then there's time trial, which is TT. So you can choose automatic transmission or manual transmission, and I recommend automatic. This game simulates drifting, which is like if you let off the gas a little bit as you fly around corners or the edges, and you'll feel your car actually shift or drift a bit in position instead of turn with the curves. You'll definitely notice it. I noticed it, and I'm not very adept at racing games, as you can kind of tell. The novice course that I'm doing, all the courses look the same. There will be some construction, perhaps, on one of the harder courses, but for the novice, Jesus, for the novice course, there are 2 laps. Your max speed is 160 kilometers per hour. There are 66 seconds that are given to start with, and at the checkpoint you get about 33 seconds back. Yeah, drifting is used to keep speed while turning corners. Yeah, for the most part you want to try to keep your speed at top, even as you're turning corners, but there will be some turns where you can actually hug part of the off-road that won't bash you back into play, and you won't lose speed that way. For the first 3 difficulties, Novice, Intermediate, and Advanced, you will have other cars that you will race against, but for the time trial, TT, there will be just one other car, and it will, good luck trying to keep up with it. You will just race against that one car. The other cars will have advertisement on them for other Namco games. You will see Dig Dug or Mappy or Gapless. Your own car says Galaxian 3 on it. Yeah, you will have your checkpoints. If you run out of time, your car will put on the brakes real quick. You will not get a coast very far at all. So keep that in mind. That is the typical ending you will see if you didn't come in first at the end. You will just see your car skid to a stop, and it'll say congratulations. In order to get your initials, you will need to finish in first place on the hardest stage time trial. I just wanted to show you what it looks like if you did finish in first place and I had to use a cheat. It will show I didn't care at that point. It will show instant replay, and you'll hear this namby-pamby or whatever they're saying on the soundtrack there. But if you did finish in first place without using a cheat in MAME, which I did, then you'll get to put in your initials, but only on the hardest setting. Now we're going to look at intermediate. And this has 3 laps. The max speed is 200 kilometers per hour. You start with 59 seconds, and you will get 27 or around 27 seconds restored at the checkpoints. Yeah, the only course to get 2 laps to complete is the first one, Novice. This ran on the Namco System 22 hardware. And the actual city that you race in is just called Ridge City, I believe. It might have been given a different name in later entries in the Ridge Racer series. It later had an entry called Rave Racer, and there was one called like Rage Racer or something. This was one of the launch titles for the PlayStation when it got its port of Ridge Racer. I was kind of late to the PlayStation party. I think I got mine in like 1997, early 1997. I picked up Soul Edge. Great game. I was very glad I got the PlayStation. I was one of the first ones to get Tomb Raider, one of the first ones to get Resident Evil, one of the first ones to get Final Fantasy VII. Jeez. Yeah, there is where you can kind of grab the edge and pull yourself back into onto the track without losing a lot of speed. And here, yeah, a couple of areas where you won't slam into the wall and lose a lot of speed. You can just kind of grab the shoulder a little bit and put yourself back on the track. You'll notice that the sky changes. It goes dark real quick or goes light real quick. Yeah, I put on infinite time cheat right there. Like I said, whoops. Like I said, there will be advertising cars. I like the announcer telling you that somebody's right behind you. He will also tell you if you can actually drive backwards. If you can turn around and drive backwards, he'll tell you you're going the wrong way. It's kind of funny, and we'll look at that a little bit later. But you can't go back to the beginning and finish going backwards. At least that's been my experience. But yeah, when I first saw this, I was like, wow, this is darn beautiful. And racing games were pretty much like that from that point on. They're just smooth as silk. Daytona, USA the following year was also really awesome. A lot of great racers in the 1990s. And this was one of the first ones to look beautiful and not have 3D polygons. Yeah, here's another instant replay. Yeah, if you kind of slammed into walls and stuff, the instant replay will show that, and you'll be like, "Oh, that looks terrible." It almost looks like you could take shortcuts at some points, but they are barricaded off, and you will just slam into the wall when you try. Sorry, it's got a little glitchy sometimes. It's not Bandicam's fault. It's I was playing an older version of MAME, and it was just kind of glitchy at times. It just wasn't perfect. I do have a later version of MAME, and I played Ridge Racer on that, but the cheats did not work. So I couldn't put on a cheat and automatically finish in first place or whatever. So, oh well. Yeah, there's construction on at least one of the hardest settings. Advanced has 3 laps. The max speed is 200 kilometers per hour. There are 52 seconds to start, and you get around 27 seconds for each checkpoint restored. The mascot of the Ridge Racer series, Reiko Nagase, did not appear yet. She would appear in Rage Racer in 1996 for the PlayStation. And she's like a sign holder gal, I think. Like the one that we see at the beginning. Here's the construction. The tracks are really the same, but like I said, sometimes there's a little construction, and you might see walls obscuring the view that you used to have on the easier tracks or courses. Like that helicopter certainly looks more polygony or blocky. Put on the cheat. I just wanted you to see what it looks like to simply finish each course, or to be in first place with the cheat. I was just blown away by this game. It just looks so beautiful. One of the cars has an advertisement for Cyber Station, and that was a Namco-owned arcade in New York. There are also advertisements either on cars or on the side of the road, perhaps, for other arcades that might have been Namco-owned. Aladdin's Castle. I used to go to that in Vancouver Mall in Vancouver, Washington. Great arcade. That's one of the advertisements. Brent Leisure Unlimited, Namco Wonder Eggs, Namco Cyber Station, Starblade, and Pac-Man gas stations are shown on the side of the road at points. And there's a Cafe Dragoon. I think that's supposed to be in this game. I don't remember actually seeing it. But I've just read that that's in, I think, this game.
Yeah, it's a new record.
And then we'll also see me finishing in first place with the cheat. But yeah, you'll see it says Galaxian 3. Your car is red and its number is 76. And if you play the time trial, if you play the time trial course, you will go up against the number 9 car. Namby-pamby. That's what it sounds like to me. But yeah, the only course that you can put in your initials on is the time trial, but only if you got first place without a cheat. And now we're going to choose the time trial. Yeah, manual transmission. Excuse me. There's like buttons to change the transmission. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 gear. And then, like I said, there's also a clutch button. Ugh. Yeah, good luck trying to catch up to the yellow car. See, this is just me and the yellow car, and that's it. No other drivers, and I cannot freaking keep up with him. Sorry for that glitchiness. Like I said, I don't think this is Bandicam's fault this time. Yeah, look at all that construction. Yeah, you can't go off the side of the road at all. I mean, into the walls or whatever. You'll just get redeposited onto the track. You can't find any shortcuts or anything. You can in other racing games. I remember doing that in what was it, oh crap, I can't. The Rush series, I believe, San Francisco Rush or whatever. I think you can find shortcuts in that game. We'll get to that game one of these days. I really enjoyed that one too. So many great racing games of the 90s. They just really took off during that decade. Yeah, I can't quite keep up with the yellow car. And here's a quick look at me, quote-unquote, finishing in first place, which was by cheat, but it still didn't register, so I couldn't put in my initials. Ugh. Namby-pamby. Whatever the hell they're saying. But, yeah, if you did manage to get first place in the time trial course without the cheats, then, yeah, you get to select your initials from this wheel that you can rotate with your steering wheel to the Namby-pamby soundtrack, and then you get to put in your initials. I just kind of photoshopped that picture there. And here's going the wrong way. You're crazy. Yeah, there's Mappy on the car on the left there. Kind of cool Namco advertisements. But at any rate, that was the very first game in the Ridge Racer series called Ridge Racer, created by Namco in 1993. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80s, and thanks for watching Ridge Racer, game number 4 in our 20 from 1993 series, and I hope you join me soon in the future with game number 3. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.
What's my name? Yeah, yeah.